There's Lane.
What's up?
We're at the Badlands, South Dakota. And it is super cool.
We're at 3,200 feet right now. Exactly.
So we did a little bit of an off-road trail for probably what, 15 minutes? 20 minutes? And come off the highway. Got a little trail right here you can see. Right there. Pretty easy. Seen a Subaru on it, so big surprise there. But yeah, 15-20 minutes get you out here, and then just on Google Maps there's a little trail. It looks like it goes down right over here. We'll figure it out, see what it looks like. And Lane's ready to go, I think.
Yes, sir.
There where Lane is, there's two random pumpkins. Why there are two pumpkins here, I don't know, but we're gonna see them.
I don't want to throw.
Trail goes this way.
I want to head down this way, down the crevasse.
Okay, well, don't die.
All right.
You got your GoPro going?
I do.
Okay.
Cack.
We'll see how he does. Before we've did a trip to Mount Rushmore, hit Scotts Bluff, Nebraska, which is pretty cool. And then we kept driving up north to Mount Rushmore. I drove all the way back. That was the one we had like a huge, massive snowstorm. Oh, I'm sorry, then the other one, I took Kevin up to Devil's Tower. That was another video. The video that I made, I took my youngest up to Devil's Tower. Those pumpkins cracked me up. I don't know why they're there. Right there if you can't see them. It's funny, whoever brought pumpkins out here, thank you, I guess. Yeah, so we did Devil's Tower. That was really neat. And we just did an overnight camping trip and then kind of came back. Yeah, my nephew, Lane, who's super exploratory, drove out to come see us in Wyoming. I planned a trip to go from Cheyenne, Devil's Tower. So we camped there at the same spot that I camped last time with Kevin. That was Keystone State Park. And then we drove the 30 minutes north to Devil's Tower. Did the hike Red Beds Trail around Devil's Tower with him. Then once we crushed that out, we drove east over to Mount Rushmore, Black Hills Forest. Amazing, super awesome. Mount Rushmore, that was really neat. Didn't spend much time there. And then we went from Mount Rushmore over to the Badlands. So that was about an hour and a half. So about 2.5 hours from Devil's Tower to Mount Rushmore. Then about an hour and a half from Mount Rushmore to the Badlands. And if you ever look up Badlands, I think it's like hundreds of thousands of acres, so there's a lot of that stuff. And there's many different ways you can come into it. And right now I'm trying not to get lost because it looks like anything's a trail out here. So we got Badlands today. We're gonna do a little bit of exploring. Hopefully Lane comes back up this huge, massive crack down here. After this, we're gonna drive back out, are going to Scotts Bluff. Be pretty much straight south of here. We'll hit Scotts Bluff, let them see that, let them explore a little bit, and then from there, I think it's like an hour drive back down to Cheyenne. So it's been a good trip, 3 days. Left Tuesday, drove the 4 hours up to Devil's Tower, stayed there at Keystone, camped, woke up the next morning, drove over to Devil's Tower on Wednesday. That was all yesterday, and then we saw a little bit of this yesterday. That's how we knew to come back. Almost died. We're out here again this morning, and we'll try to kick down to Scotts Bluff and hike that a little bit. That was a really cool hike. I enjoyed that one. And then drive back home. So haven't really used the GoPro because I've been with my nephew, so just getting some family time in. He's down there doing his thing somewhere. But I'm up here staying safe other than sliding down the rocks every now and then. So I figured for you folks, I'd record this and let you see what it looks like. Got my Garmin going, so shouldn't get lost. Yeah, if I slide, I go down there, so I'm not trying to do that. This is crazy how you can just walk out on this. I'm looking over here. I don't know if you can see that. That is way down there. There's a lot of loose gravel up here, so try to keep my footing. I should have brought a headband or a chesty or something. That way I have two hands, because right now I'm using one hand. I don't know if you heard that, but that was Lane. You okay? Okay. Yeah, that was Lane. So I think that's about as far as I'm going to go right here, because it slopes off that way to a drop off. It slips off that way, so this is all just loose gravel. You can tell over here all these little cracks. These are actually just loose. Which is kind of nuts that it just falls apart that easy. Makes me even more pay attention to my footing, and it's good to know. Because when you walk on stuff like this, the last thing you need is to step on something that gives way, and then next thing you know, you're sliding into a bad spot. There's not much here without risking it for the biscuit. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to hike back along this trail. And sorry, I got sunglasses on, hard to see. And then I'm going to walk over here. I don't know if you can see it, but over here is a huge, massive flat spot. So we'll go over there and bring it back. There he is. Oh, well, don't do that.
Yeah, I had to come back up.
So being careful, because there, drop off. There, not so much, but I don't want to go that way.
Yeah, that might be bad for your health. I really want to get to the bottom of this.
Man, this is like the coolest thing ever. It just doesn't get any better than this. If you want to know how to get here or where I went, just let me know. Drop it in the comments. Some lat longs for everything. For the most part, everything's been recorded on Garmin too, so yeah, man, it's awesome out here. I love it. It's pretty hot. Whew, man. Some of it's just a sheer drop off right down there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it like drops off right here, and you got like a little crevice that goes back, and then through right here, it's like 2 points that come, and it breaks open. There's a huge valley right out there, and then that's where there's like another little range right here, right there, and then it opens up. Super cool. What's really cool is, I don't know if you can see it, but just crossed over, there's like little rocks that follow. And it's like a little line of rock that goes all the way down. Look, see the line? It's over right here. Super interesting. If you know what that is, let me know. For the most part, everything's pretty groomed. Over here you can see where the majority of people have walked, so it's not bad. As long as you're watching your footing and making smart decisions. Because it is all loose rock up here. I heard something sliding down the hill. I think that's Lane. Oh boy, that boy scares me. I brought my hiking shoes. They're Merrell's. They're waterproof, like trainers. They've been doing pretty good. Right there. I'm glad he's having a good time. He's like a little kid out here. Back this way, trying not to die.
Looks like something off of Star Trek.
I say I think Starship Troopers, I think they filmed it out here. Then the big reveal. Well, that's a cliff. Can't show you yet. I can't show you yet. Still can't show you. Okay. That's cool.
Last one down is a rotten egg.
Just miles of this. It looks like you can go up through that way too.
Yeah.
That wasn't a suggestion, by the way. He's out here in Crocs. There's a guy out here with a walking stick too.
Yeah, I seen him. It looked like they...
Let me give you some depth. Our car. It's over there, right there, I think. Oh man, I'm up here. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna take some photos. There's some cacti out here too. Trying to avoid that. The other cool part is you get to walk it. Not too often you get to come out to stuff like this, be able to walk in it, you know what I mean? The Grand Canyon. I know there's hikes that go through the Grand Canyon, but years ago when I went there, I wasn't aware of any hikes. For me, it's actually really cool to be able to do stuff like this. It's like I'm headed off the beaten trail here. Look at that. This is awesome. Just to be a kid again, just kind of go explore, and kind of trouble you get into and just be home by sundown, you know? Be home by dinner. Yeah, if you guys are interested, kind of what we saw, where we were at, I'll try to share as much information as I can. I mean, it's not like it's a secret camp spot or anything. Although I will say, last night when we were driving around here, there was quite a few people up here. Groomed gravel road, and they get you pretty far in. I think like 8 miles, but when you get to the plateaus, you get to on top here, there's a turnaround point with boulders and a lookout, and right at that turnaround point, a sign that reads high clearance 4x4s. So I've got a 2013 Ford Expedition 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive the whole way here because it's super dry, but she's done really well. Once you pass that 4-wheel drive or high clearance sign, I don't know, I want to say it's like another 8 miles or so. It seemed like forever. You just hop on that, it takes you up to where we parked, and then here it is. When we were driving around last night, there's all kinds of evident trails in the grass, and it's not like one just drove there. These are like used quite a bit, so I don't know where Lane went. So yeah, people use them quite a bit. There was a van, like one of those old conversion vans that were up there. I think some hyperlapse video of it on my phone driving up. There was a guy that towed a tandem axle camper trailer, an RV. I was pretty impressed by that. It's one thing to get a truck up here, but for a truck to pull an RV up here, that was impressive. I got no idea where Lane went. It's just a big open grassy field. So I was gonna head over here because I see a view. But walk over there and I'll bring it back. Update, we found Lane. He is safe and sound perched on one of the ridges. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't slip and fall. So far, we've done 1.14 miles. I'm on my way back now where we were before we went into the grass. But Lane is over there somewhere. Hopefully you'll see him when we get up top here. Yep, there he is. So, I don't know if I'm aligning the GoPro and stuff right, but he's over there. He's over there. Such kids. This has been the coolest thing ever. Not the coolest thing I've done, but the coolest thing. Oh, now he's on top there. Might be able to see his white shirt. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying not to die. Keep good footing. Keep myself balanced. Man, this is just super awesome. Go down there would be awesome. Walk through the valley a little bit. So now that I'm looking at this, I think what Lane did is I was over there on the other side of those trees. You can kind of see the grass in between this dip. There's that grass prairie I was walking. So I went straight and followed the cliff. I think what he did is he came around this way, went through the woods, and then came out the other side of this valley here. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait for Lane to show up, but maybe I'm a really bad person. I don't know, but I've always wanted to do this as a kid, and I'll be honest, I've never done it. Here it goes. That's a long way down. Holy cannoli, that's a long way down. Kind of want to do that again. I don't know if there's any other sizable rocks. Let's go put off my wrist. That was lame, that wasn't that good. So I was just thinking, the two pumpkins as you come in. So I think what that is, I mean, regardless, I can see my vehicle plain as day, and then the trail coming through the grass, but I think really what those pumpkins are for is, now that I look at them, they stick out quite a bit. I think they serve as a marker. I mean, I don't know how far off the beaten trail you could get here, but you know, if you scan the ridge line kind of in the area where you think you came from, I mean, you can see those pumpkins, so maybe that kind of gives you some guidance on how to get back. If you know better, let me know. I was just kind of sitting here pondering. I think that's what it's for. I think it's just easy marker that someone puts out there. So thank you, whoever put the pumpkins out there. You're the best. Okay, well, hopefully you can hear me. I had to walk back up to the grass prairie up there, and then all along behind the tree line, because I kept yelling his name. But came back to the original starting point where I was at, and I yelled his name, and he's down here in the ravine somewhere. So he said he's on his way back up. So I, on the other hand, I'm gonna make my way back over to the truck, get some shade, and I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna keep an eye on Knucklehead coming out of the ravine. So we'll make our trek back. Okay, well, hopefully you can hear me. I had to walk back up to the grass prairie up there, and then all along behind the tree line, because I kept yelling his name. But came back to the original starting point where I was at, and I yelled his name, and he's down here in the ravine somewhere. So he said he's on his way back up. So I, on the other hand, I'm gonna make my way back over to the truck, get some shade, and I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna keep an eye on Knucklehead coming out of the ravine. So we'll make our trek back. You know, I have to give it to these merrills. They've got some grip to them. Especially when you got grippy stone like this. Okay, there's that puddle of water, so I gotta make my way back up here. Try to get out here a little bit so if he does come up, Lane can see where I'm at. Right here. Okay, looks like he's back where I was just sitting. I'm just trying to find my way back. Some spots you can tell the trail when you stand back and look. I think this one, I think he's got to walk along there.